When confronted with the charge,
lady biker thing, I don't know what it was.
When he was confronted right here by
the embodiment of everything he had ever aspired to be.
And God forbid you tried to confront that.
When I went to confront him about it, he wouldn't even see me.
With their true selves, most men run away screaming.
Everywhere they go.
I will confront evil, pursue justice, and love mercy.
Confronted by a woman of obvious power, and what do they do?
Confront the passengers with the solution of the murder.
Sidney's mother and Sidney's father. When confronted with the charge, which took some figuring out for the officers on the scene of the crime.
We can talk about the fact that I got confronted by a man, lady, biker thing. I don't know what it was. All I know is she had a beard and breasts.
But the fact I thought it was a man and spoke towards his car with a prescription for his sick wife. When he was confronted right here by a man with a 9mm handgun, police believe.
In those words, he had been confronted by the embodiment of everything he had ever aspired to be, and the reality of what he would never become.
If you ever thought you knew what was going on with her, and God forbid you tried to confront that.
And then I heard he was developing these prototype torpedoes. And when I went to confront him about it, he wouldn't even see me. That's when I discovered the torpedoes had disappeared from all officials.
They are really cowards. Confronted with their true selves, most men run away screaming.
Make them lose their goddamn jobs. Confront them everywhere they go.
What's gonna stop pieces of shit like him from creating more damage?
To honor authority and to live responsibly.
I will confront evil, pursue justice, and love mercy.
I would treat others with kindness, respect, and...
They're scared. Their dicks get limp when confronted by a woman of obvious power, and what do they do about it? Call them witches, burn them, torture.
Yankee, Dr. Constantine and myself can confront the passengers with the solution of the murder.
A novel.
About what?
The absolute terror of confronting one's death.
I just finished Notes from Underground.
Went to a few bars first. Later, I drove to his house to confront them. They weren't home, so I parked.
So around what time was it when you confronted the intruder?
About midnight.
Around midnight.
Time here, Holmes. Do you have any suggestions?
Well, confront him, challenge him.
The brain before the...
He's serving tea. Now, many numerous little questions confront us. Should the man...
Most people are idiots. Yeah. So when you're confronted by an idiot, rather than make them self-aware of their idiocy...
Much stronger than fear was the desire to confront him.
Gave me an idea. The idea to confront Marguerite Gachet.
Oh, so you ran off to be with the lady of the manor. How did that...
Left must be prepared for severe psychological impact. Stress reaction when confronted by unknown life has not been sufficiently studied and cannot be entirely predicted in advance.
To be represented by counsel, to be confronted by the witnesses that testify against you, to a public and speedy trial by the court or by a jury.
Father does so-and-so, what does your father do? This has confronted her with a very real problem. It confronts her with the problem, and has since she was...
They move right before the shot is taken, when his focus is elsewhere.
France, freedom, but smiling, suffer.
And here's the way he looked at her.
You confronted him about it?
I begged him. I invoked every principle and...
Servant, pardon for all my sins, and power to confront this cruel demon.
Because if I was an American, the problem that confronts our people today wouldn't even exist.
That's right.
So now we ain't Americans, huh?
And what did you do?
I had him stay after class, and I confronted him about it. I told him he couldn't possibly have written that story.
Home in the middle of a social function carrying a gun to confront me with this fabricated, unsigned accusation allegedly written by Leo Podransky, who was killed the day before.
So this is your basic call off the wedding party?
I came here to confront everybody. I'm not gonna just slink away like some coward. Besides, she hasn't told anyone. I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Dishonor. Join me in the forbidden forest and confront your fate.
When confronted by superior numbers, an experienced gunfighter will always fire on the best shot.
You've always been strong.
But why must you confront him?
Because there is good in him. I felt it.
The song is heroic because the song confronts death. The song is immortal.
Would that be the force you speak of? I'll not confront them again until our numbers are refreshed, and until then...
Dealing with guilt and confronting your conscience. Early never did.
I believe it. I believe it.
So I turn this on when I confront the guy.
Well, you haven't found him yet because he split for Las Vegas.
No fear, Julia. No fear.
Take your knife, confront the duck.
Hunting the duck.
You make...
You're my duck.
Knowingly, when she came to me at the soccer game and she confronted me. And you're both volunteers at Potomac Shores.
I just had a breakthrough.
What is it?
I have you to thank for it. For the first time in my life, when confronted with a horrible, insensitive person, I knew exactly what I wanted to say, and I said it.
Here, on the street, in competition, a man confronts you, he is the enemy. An enemy deserves no mercy. What is the problem, Mr. Law?
I'm gonna confront this guy, Cindy. When he's least expecting it. I'm gonna go to...
Take him back into the past, find out what happened, and have him confront it.
Regress him? Do you have any idea how risky it is to regress a...
Going on?
Like what?
Oh, well, I wouldn't want to confront a man with something I heard. You know me better than that.
At the same time, it is very curious that you did not mention him. And it's even more curious that when I confronted Monsieur Brewster with the fact that his story about entering the bay on his pedalo at the very moment that the midday gun went off.
Bellona's bridegroom, bold Macbeth, confronts the king, rebellious arm against arm, curbing his lavish spirit. And to conclude, the victory fell on us.
For all three of us to go on, the situation has got to be confronted in some fashion. Please contact me at this number.